Japan.
Come on, what better way to start a video? Today we're doing an overview of the Street Fighter V Volume 1 hardcover from Udon Entertainment. So, let's do this. Welcome back, everybody. Before getting started, a huge thank you to the folks at Udon for sending us a copy of this hardcover. So this hardcover is already out in the direct market. It's out in the book market. If you're looking for it, though, I would say probably the easiest way to go about it might be to look at the Udon shop online, where they also have exclusive covers to books like this. And man, that is one hell of a cover. All right, it's finally here. This was one of my most anticipated hardcovers and collected editions this year. And I think it was originally supposed to be due out in February, but hey, July, right? Better late than never. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. Here's that spine where we have Karen and Akuma looking much like his Street Fighter V Lion version. And then, of course, some of the characters that you'll be seeing in here. Some of them from Street Fighter V and others from different Street Fighter games. The book retails for $49.99. Let's go ahead and open it up, though. Let's go ahead and crack this open. We have some white bookend pages there. Udon and Capcom present Rashid? Nope. Street Fighter V. Volume 1. Love seeing a Volume 1 on a book. Even though we don't have a solicitation for a Volume 2 yet, still gives me some hope. So here we have Karen from Street Fighter Alpha, and of course, branching out to other Street Fighter games, and then Minot. But the life and death of Charlie Nash. Interesting name. Now, that makes a lot of sense to a lot of us that have played the video games, which I'm sure a lot of us that have played the video game are getting this wonderful series. And what I mean it makes sense is that in the Street Fighter Alpha series, we've seen Charlie, that's what he was called here in America, Nash in Japan. We've seen his death a couple of times. Every time you beat Street Fighter Alpha, or Street Fighter Zero, depending on where you played it, you would get a different ending with Charlie for Alpha 1, for Alpha 2, and Alpha 3. But they all showed him dying. We knew that he was a character that was going to die because, well, we'd all played Street Fighter 2. He was friends with this guy right here, Guile. And we knew that Guile lost him sometime in the past, and that's why he has this grudge against M. Bison. It's weird calling them by their American names, but that's what I'm sticking with. M. Bison. So, that's what the first story is about, and I love the Easter eggs in here, admitting to the fact that, yes, there have been many rumors of his death, but did he really die, and how did he come back? Because we've seen other variations of the character, like Shadow Charlie. But that's just one of the stories in here with some amazing artwork, and that's what really pushes a lot of people, including myself, to keep reading this series, is this amazing artwork. Oh, there's a story here about Laura fighting Sean from Street Fighter 3. And of course, they all have ties to Ken. Here's Karen. There's a bunch of Easter eggs in here, but she gets to fight Dan in this one, and Birdie shows up. Yeah, this one right here shows a lot of characters from Rival School. Okay, so let's talk about what this collects, because that's a lot of characters. So this particular volume collects Street Fighter V number 1, as well as Charlie Nash 1, the Special number 1, Minot number 1, Rezopalooza. That's what we saw earlier. Sakura versus Karen number 1. Necro and Effie number 1. Akuma versus Hell. Not just one character. He's that badass. He can take on all of Hell. The Super Combo Special and Ultra Street Fighter 2 number 1. As well as some bonus extras in here. Now, as you can see, there's plenty of Easter eggs for people that have played not just Street Fighter, but other Capcom games. Like there's Haggard from Final Fight. There's some nice Easter eggs here, too, for the people that have been reading Udon comics for a long time. A lot of artists come back, even if it's just 1 or 2 pages. So let's keep looking at, such as Alvin Lee. I love his art. Him and Shambra are probably my favorite 2 artists that have come from the Udon Studios world. Arnold Sang. Okay, top 3 for sure. Okay, I should really go with my namesake of Omar Dogan. I love his colors, though. I don't think anybody uses colors better than Omar Dogan. Now, where was I? That's right, Street Fighter V. It's all about the challenges. It's all about the fighting. If you're looking for a deep story, go somewhere else. If you're looking for some fun, adventure, kick-ass action with some beloved characters from the Capcom games for the last, oh my gosh, 30 plus years, I feel old saying that, this is where you belong. I am kind of curious, though, for anybody that's just reading the comics and has not played any of the fighting games or any of the video games like the Final Fight games where some of these characters originated from, leave those comments down below, because I'm sure there are some. I'm sure there are people that read just the comic that are fans of the artwork that aren't really fans of the video games or have never played any of the video games. Oh my gosh, my wife absolutely loves this. This is the Sakura versus Karen, but it starts off with Super Puzzle Fighter or Super Gem Fighters. That is adorable. Let's look at the... Oh, okay, wait. I do have to show the Necro and Effie because I think this particular story is funny. And I was going to go look at the extras, but I love the way that this is drawn. But before we look at the extras, I want to show this badass mini or one-shot. And that is Akuma versus Hell. So, this is why I wanted to do a reading order of Street Fighter, and I put it up against Usagi Yojimbo on our Patreon, and of course Usagi Yojimbo ended up winning. But perhaps I'll try to put it up on our Patreon for votes again, because Darkstalkers versus Street Fighter actually fits into the continuity of Street Fighter comics. That's why, well, you'll see why Akuma is fighting in Hell. This is a big badass comic. He is owning, well, you can read it for yourself. But I'm pretty sure if you know anything about Akuma, you're going to know where that's going to end. Alright, then there's also the Street Funnies back here. Just a collection of the little one-page panels. And the variant covers. There's Manat. Of course, Necro and Effie. Just the different variant covers. Sometimes they put the variants in between. That is awesome. That's a very Mike Mignola style. Sometimes they put the variants in between the chapters, and this of course being Joe Mad in the background, but this is Necro and Effie, and it's Brendan Tapper spray painting over Joe Mad's artwork. It's more a take on X-Men #1, but not Magneto, so that's after Jim Lee's classic. There are some wonderful talented people that, oh my gosh, that's awesome, that work for Udon. So, even though, you know, sometimes the books are delayed and it takes a long time for the books to come out, or in between books, they are completely worth it. I am an Udon Entertainment fan for life. I love the stuff that they put out. The art books that we've had translated here in America, because they're so expensive when they're overseas. And, of course, this right here, the Street Fighter comics I've been following since day one. Hey, I did an overview of that. And there's the Darkstalkers and the Darkstalkers versus Street Fighter. This is what I hope to see more and more of these type of collections. Perhaps more Darkstalker comics collected in this format. Perhaps some of the manga that came out originally in Japan translated to America. And before I go, welcome home, Street Fighter V. Hope you survived the experience. And that, as they say, is that. If you're interested in purchasing this book, don't forget to check out our sponsor, CheapGraphicNovels.com, your online source for collected editions up to 50% off retail price. Cheap Graphic Novels prides itself on excellent packaging, so your stuff gets to you in excellent condition, and they have amazing customer service. Check out their bargain deals for up to 90% off cover price. And for all you Minties that are watching, if you're a first-time customer, don't forget to mention that Near Mint Condition sent you their way for a promotional credit on free shipping on your next order. Now, this is only for U.S. customers. CheapGraphicNovels.com, your source for the hottest books with deep discounts, customer service, and excellent shipping that will keep you coming back for more. And that was the content, the build, and the page count of this hardcover. Let me know in the comments down below if you're picking this series up, if you already have them in single issues, if you have them in trade paperback, and what you think of the series. Are you a fan of the fighting games? Come on, who isn't a fan of Street Fighter, right? Well, maybe not. Maybe people prefer Tekken or Mortal Kombat. Whew. But anyway, again, this was the Uncanny Omar. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. We are on Patreon and on Spreadshop. Amazing ways to support the channel if you can do so. More importantly, everyone, stay healthy, stay safe, and...